Welcome to another episode of Ruined Car Revival. Today we are doing some fun stuff, and that means we're taking off those wheels, ugly, awful wheels, and we got some new stuff in the boxes over here that we're getting ready to show you. New brakes, new rotors, and we got a couple more things we're going to be doing this episode to really clean up the outside of the car. I told you guys. We're going to start getting serious on the outside. This is one of the steps that we are taking, one of the many that are getting ready to come up here in the next couple episodes. But we definitely need to take care of these wheels, not only the wheels, the tires, but also the awful, terrible looking rotors. The rotors are literally rusted, and the brake calipers as well are just not good shape at all. Guys, first time watching this series, this is where I've taken a Mustang that was in very rough shape, and when I say that, it was flooded and a couple other things, and I've fixed it up, and we are customizing it to be something of someone's like dream car, or just a car that's really nice. Into this series, I will be selling this to one of the people on the pit crew for $10. If you want to be on the pit crew, there will be a Patreon link at the top of the comment, or inside the description. You can click either one and it will work. And the money that is taken from Patreon is used to soup this car up. The more support we get, the more we can do, the cooler the car is going to be at the end. DRZ here today with me. You guys know DRZ. We got him here. I'm gonna need some help with this. This is something I wanted to do last week, but I couldn't because I didn't have any help for it. And my man, he's in here today, and we're gonna get some stuff done. So, like I showed you, the tires, the rotors, the stuff's gotta go. So we're gonna jack up the car and get going on this. So before we start this episode, I'll show you some things we got here. We went out to Harbor Freight, Lowe's, and Walmart and got some stuff for this episode. We are gonna need some of the stuff again later in the series. However, we went ahead and got it, so I'm gonna show you what we got. First up, we got some Rust-Oleum high heat paint. We're gonna be using this for the calipers in this episode. It is just literally paint, but it's meant for high heat surfaces, such as, you know, brakes, because brakes get really hot. Next, we got a wire brush. This is a steel wire brush to clean the brake calipers with. You do need something like that because it is pretty grimy and has a lot of crap on it. Next up, we got PB Blaster. PB Blaster will help us break apart rusty nuts. That's what she said. Due to this car being in some water, the brake bolts are probably rusted. Next thing we got is brake fluid. We got 3 things of .3 brake fluid, which is supposed to go in this Mustang. I got 3 because we're gonna be flushing the system, and you need more than what you need during a regular little fluid change, because we are completely flushing everything, so we need a lot of extra to push all the gunk out. Another thing we got is some rubbing alcohol. This is just simple isopropyl alcohol 91% to clean the brakes with after they are sprayed down with brake cleaner, which we have already. Lastly, we got socket sets for that 1/2-inch drives, socket sets, both metric and standard. And we got little elbow thing, universal joint sets. We got an impact gun. Yes, it is electric. Yes, it is not all fancy and works with air, because I don't have a compressor that can do that. But we have all this stuff that is going to be used in this episode. I bought it today, and it's going to be pretty awesome. And here we have an impact wrench with a cord. That's really intimidating. Okay, so DRZ is taking off the front brake. We're showing you this on the first brake, the very passenger rear. You can see they're really dirty. The calipers are empty. They're extremely dirty. We're now going to take the brake cleaner with a little steel wire brush, clean it up, and then try to clean it up even more with isopropyl alcohol, and then try to reseat them. We got new rotors and new all kinds of stuff, so let's do this. One part I did forget is, like I said, the sanding part. You're going to sand it, and then you're going to do the isopropyl alcohol. I completely forgot about it. Not a big deal, but I just got brake fluid all over my shoes. That's not cool. You sand all the spots, like I said, that are going to get the paint. It's all about prep work with painting. I'll tell you that from firsthand. But try to sand as much off as you can. About 230 grit sandpaper. Not sure what grit this is. I know it's kind of rough, but it's not too rough. It's pretty fine. But just do this over and over until you think you have a good surface. And then once you have a good surface, isopropyl alcohol, get all the dust off it, and then head back to cleaning it and then painting it. With these as clean as they're going to get, it really does take some time to try to get them as thoroughly as clean as you can. You can only get brakes so clean. You're gonna take your high heat, this is Rust-Oleum, shake it up. You don't necessarily have to primer. Guys, you're not painting a car, you're just painting calipers that are gonna be hidden half the time. However, these look so bad, the priority painted them white and it just looked awful. So we're just going for a black, normal caliper look, not going for red or anything like that. So all we're kind of trying to do here is just get a black base on it, and that's what we're gonna do. Inside here is the front rotors here. We'll get to this in a minute. And here we have the back rotors, which we're gonna go ahead and put the new one on instead of the old one. You guys saw how bad the old one really was.
Kick it. If you got enough room, just kick the tire. Oh, you ain't got shoes on. Shit, forgot.
So guys, check this out. So upon taking off all the lug nuts of this thing, if you guys can see in the inside there, I'm going to try to get it to focus. It's really hard. Inside this lug nut right there and the lug nut down there, there looks to be old lug nuts that are completely broken off in the inside. These all came off in one piece. However, in the inside, there is broken lug nut. I have no idea how we're gonna get this out. We're stuck in a bind right now. You know how I told you guys that there is possibly an extra lug nut in there? What it looks like is if you see this all like, it's not a circle. I'm like this one, this one, and this one. These two, someone has taken a drill 4 times, and there's clear drill holes in this right here 4 times. And then down in there looks like it's welded. It's not rust, because rust is orange, and there is orange in there, but there's a lot of silver connecting to the actual rim. So it looks like someone welded this freaking tire on. On top of that, it's got like a lug nut stuck on it in there. So I don't know what we're supposed to do in this situation. We tried banging the back of it with a hammer. We're replacing the rim, so it really doesn't matter, but there's no way, I mean, the only other thing I can think of doing is cutting the rim off, or the wheel off, and my Dremel is probably not powerful enough to cut this wheel off, so I don't know what you guys suggest, but I'm not sure what to do at this point. Like I said, we tried banging off the back, and I mean, it's thick metal in there. Only other thing I could think of is maybe put a small pry bar there and smacking the back of the pry bar. I've tried that with the flathead. You can see that just was not working. So I'm not really sure what to do right now. So this is the last resort before I kind of just have to upload this video and see what you guys know. I know some of you guys know a lot more about this stuff than me. So this is the last resort. We have a lot of cutting wheels. I'm not sure how good this cutting wheel is going to be, but this is going to make it absolutely adamant that we have to get wheels on the next episode. So that's what this is basically going to do. Is this going to work? I don't know. Let's go try. Fuck this. Okay, so this was definitely not expected. What was supposed to happen in this episode was what we got halfway done with. Got both calipers on the passenger side completely painted. Brand new rotors on there that are slotted. They looked really good. Really cleaned a lot of the brake system and everything like that up. We had the brake fluid, and we were going to pump all the brakes starting from the back passenger. However, in order to get your brakes done, you have to be able to take off a wheel. Guys, after looking at it for a while, it is very clear that that wheel has been welded on. Not by me. Obviously, I didn't do it. It also has drill marks in it, so it looks like at some point they welded this wheel on and then tried to drill it off in 4 different spots. Almost every single hole in all of the wheels are completely like they're not circular, they're like squares, like they've been smashed out, like they were custom drilled out, which looks completely horrendously awful. So I am a little bummed right now about all this happening. It does kind of suck, but we did a lot yesterday. Big shout out to Nightloon. Nightloon donated an undisclosed amount of money towards this series. If you're on the Patreon, you know how much that was. We spent all of that last night, including new wheels and tires and studs, because we need that as well. Not every stud on the wheels are completely shot. There is some that are, there are some that aren't. So I went ahead and just bought 5 studs for now, and we'll replace the ones that I know are completely stripped. Right now I know of 3. And then if we come across any others, I'll have 2 extra, or I'll just be able to order new ones, because some of the studs are in good shape. Frustrating, man. Stuff like this you can't really prepare for. It's just not something that, you know, I go inspect before I do an episode. This episode, I keep these videos very real. This is real-time stuff that has happened as we're going. This is not something that I made sure wasn't going to happen. So, and that's the way of this series. It's not something fake, where like a reality TV show where they know that it's going to work before they do it and they kind of talk it up. And that's the bad side about doing this, is things like this can happen. Things like this are inevitable, especially with a vehicle like this where we've ran into surprises before, i.e. the weed pipe. I'm not really too worried about it. A bunch of necessary parts coming in to make up for all of this, which is going to be awesome. This is one of those times where looking at this car now and then looking at it when this thing is done is going to be really cool. Simply for the fact that we did this. You know, we took this car that was just, what in the hell is going on? We're able to really flip it into something that is a really good daily driver, or even something to have a little speed fun on. I know it's only a V6, but it's still better than a Corolla. Guys, that's this episode. A very frustrating ending. I did want to try to do mirrors. We're going to try to push those into next episode due to just the overall frustration right now on this. So I just want to say thank you all the patrons. You guys are amazing. Next week, I'm really hoping to have this problem completely rectified. Rectified, probably not a good word. Done. And if the wheels and tires can come in this week with our tire pressure monitor sensors, we are going to be able to mount it in balance. I'll take you guys with me to do that. When we do that, we'll be able to come back to the car with a cutoff wheel. I'm going to be buying a metal cutoff tool. We're just literally going to cut the wheel off of that stud. And then if we have to, cut the stud off of the hub. It's going to be interesting, and I really don't expect things to go exactly how it should, but it should still, we have a direction now, and that involves cutting off the wheel. Probably sounds dangerous. Hopefully nothing happens, but that'll be in the next episode. I just got actually an email that all of the stuff that we ordered last night has shipped, and it is Monday, so I'm hoping that that stuff comes by Friday or even Saturday. That way I can do it over the weekend. Looking at the car with the new rotors was really nice. Those old rotors were literally like, I could hit them with a hammer and they'd go to dust because they were so rusted. So seeing the new rotors is really cool. Seeing the new brake calipers that aren't ugly and like badly painted white. They're completely flat black now. It looks really good. Just a regular brake caliper. And if we want in the future, we can get caliper covers, but I just wanted to get rid of the white awfulness underneath it first. So if we did a cover, it's actually covering something that's not like just god awful. If you would like to support this series, it means more than ever now that we're coming down to the last like bit of this car. The support would mean so much. The more support we get, guys, the more I can do. I want to do a full exhaust system. We should be able to manage that pretty easily. The clutch is coming up next month. I already have it ordered. We're going to be doing that. And just anything else, you know, it'd be really cool to get a supercharger kit on it. However, there's like $5,900, and we're definitely not near that level right now. But if we do, it's because of you guys, and I would love to do stuff like that. But anyways, guys, I love you guys so much. If you guys would like to support the series and the channel, patreon.com/yummyr6. I also have an Instagram, which is @yummyr6, and Twitter is @I'mYummy. So hopefully you guys can tune in with me on those places. I'll see you guys later. Bye.